The CAS report provides users the ability to define conditional statements that determine whether or not a report item or column statistic is displayed when the report is executed. I would like to run the state distribution item I'm creating only if the state field exists in the current CAS file. By applying the item with a condition, I will eliminate any possible missing field error from being generated when executing the report. Here, my condition is a simple expression testing to see if the field exists in the current file using the field exists function. If field exists equals 1, that is, does the test result equal 1, the report will run. If it's 0, it will be skipped. Let's add a couple more items to illustrate the concept of using conditional statements. So here I'm creating a couple new items, and I'm going to rename these items just so I can keep everything straight when I'm working with each of these items. And let's go into Calc LTV. So here I do want to run the report based on a condition, and I'm going to use a similar expression that I did for the last item. If my Calc LTV field exists, I want to run the report. Otherwise, I am going to skip the report when it runs. So I'm just filling in my statement here. I am going to add Calc LTV as a field that I would like to apply this report to, and click OK. And just to illustrate what's happening here, let's go to the next item and add another one for balance. And let's say that I always want to run this report or this particular item in the report. So I'm going to apply this to a field for balance. And just to make the report look nice, I'm just going to create a quick range or buckets for the output. So I'll range from 0 to 300,000 by 50,000. Click OK. Now when I run the overall report, I will see two items in the result. I have my state distribution and balance, and that is because there is no field for Calc LTV in the file. However, it's not a big deal because I have my conditional statement in there. Now let's go in and actually add some column statistics to this output as well. And I will apply the same concept of writing a conditional statement to determine whether or not a particular statistic is applied. So I'm just going to type in some column descriptions first. Put in some format strings. Remember that you can hit F3 anywhere in CAS to get some help writing a format or an expression. I'm just going to type these things in. So we will do the count loan ID first, total balance, percent by balance. And for percentage of ARM loans, I'm going to use the PCT function and apply a selection to the right in parentheses here. So I'm calculating the percentage of current balance where the rate type is A. And for this particular statement, for the ARM percentage, I'm going to go ahead and write a conditional statement to determine whether or not that column stat is included in my output based on the data. So I'm hitting F3 here. And I'm going to just go ahead and just count the number of records that are ARM loans. And if that count is greater than 0, CAS will apply the column statistic in the output. So let's try this out. So when I run the overall report, you can see in this case, I have my column statistic of percent of ARM loans included. What happens if I apply a selection statement that just grabs just the fixed rate loans? Let's click Run. And now percent ARM has been omitted from the output based on the condition.